Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle. Thanks for tuning in today. Today was a little disappointing. Today was my 2-week checkup post-surgery. Actually, it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow since my surgery. And I had my follow-up with Dr. Carlton today, and there is a scale out of calibration somewhere. And I want to say that it was the scale at the hospital that told me that I weighed 253 on the day of surgery, when that's not what my scale here said. When I got to the office today, I had only lost a few pounds since my surgery, and I was so discouraged before Dr. Carlton walked in. And I've got to tell you guys, Lone Star Bariatrics in Frisco is who did my surgery. Dr. Carlton is my surgeon. He's the most incredible surgeon and one of the most incredible people that I have ever encountered. And I've been around doctors for 25 years as an RN. So let me just tell you, he is great. His staff is amazing. They're so encouraging. So I got on the scale. And I told you guys in my last video that I wasn't sure how much that I would have lost, but I was not expecting just a few pounds since surgery. So what I really think is that the scale at the hospital was wrong, that it weighed much lower, because that's not what my scale here said at home. And I was a little discouraged until Dr. Carlton came in the room, and he was like, "You look amazing." And I can tell you, I feel amazing. This is an extra large shirt, you guys. I had to go buy new shirts when I was in Arizona with my son because my XXLs were just way too big and way too baggy. I'm gonna show you. This is an XL, okay? It was bought a week ago, and it is huge. These shorts that I have on, I'll spare you guys this, but I can actually take these, and this is my tightest pair. I can take these and I can actually pull them down and take them off without undoing the zipper or the. So I know that I am losing, but to see the weight on the scale, we're also used to yo-yo dieting, and depending on the scale and how many pounds we've lost, that I had to remind myself today that I was feeling what I always felt when I yo-yo dieted. I have tried Weight Watchers, I've tried Nutrisystem, I've tried Medifast, I've tried Phenermine, I have tried injections. I have tried everything to lose weight, and a lot of that is just gimmick, guys. And when you stop eating the food or you stop taking the injections or the medications, that weight gains comes right back on you, plus some. And that was my experience, and I'm sure that that was your experience too, if you've been struggling with your weight as long as I've been struggling with mine. A little backstory that you guys don't know: this weight for me I was never able to fathom ever being this big. I am 140 pounds heavier than I was in high school. When I was in high school, I was a professional model, and I did runway and I did print. I was in 17 magazine, and I also had an eating disorder. I was anorexic and also bulimic. So if I would eat large quantities, make myself throw up, or I wouldn't eat at all. It would depend on what show I had coming up, what was going on, how much weight that I needed to get down. And at 105 pounds, I was told that I was fat by my modeling agent and that I needed to lose weight. So my daughter is stunning. She is 5'10", almost 5'11". I'm not gonna say her weight on here because she's a teenager, but I'm gonna tell you she is slim and athletic. She's got a booty like her mom. And she wanted to explore modeling at one point, and I really just in my heart knew that it wasn't something that I wanted her to do, because it is such a cutthroat industry. Now, with body positivity and self-love, there are plus size models like Ashley Graham and models like that out there that are incredible. That was not what was going on back in the 80s when I was a teenager and when I was modeling. You had to be almost, I was literally anorexic. So 105 pounds at almost 5'10". I'm shorter than that now. I'm about 5'8", maybe 5'7". I haven't done my height in a long time, but I can tell you the industry was cutthroat. And I took her about 3 years ago to an agency here in Dallas. Wasn't the same agency that I was with. I was with Kim Dawson here in Dallas. But I took her and they told her that she had too much of an athletic build and that she had too much of a butt. And it was very discouraging experience for her, and that was it, said and done. Everyone tells her you should be a model. I mean, she is stunningly gorgeous. And I hope that I have discouraged her from even attempting that again, because it was a tough, and this wasn't even a well-known agency. I just wanted to take her somewhere and just see what they said. Wasn't even a big agency, so they're nobody fancy, but they still, it took a blow to her self-esteem, and I know what that feels like, knowing that I was starving myself. I went through treatment for an eating disorder when I was in high school. A lot of people didn't know that. My parents put me in an outpatient program with the Rader Institute in McKinney, and I got my eating habits under control. One of my big issues, though, is that I still don't eat, and it's not an anorexia thing. It's that I have to remind myself to eat because I don't get hungry, especially after this surgery where that, it's not going to my brain to say, Michelle, you're hungry, you need to eat. I'm having to put everything on a timer, make sure that I'm drinking my protein, make sure that I'm eating my soups and stuff like that. So I only lost a few pounds, but Dr. Carlton was so encouraging and his staff was so encouraging. His nurse looked at my picture when I was in there at 266 pounds 4 weeks ago, and she said, you don't even look like the same person. You look amazing, your skin is glowing, my clothes are hanging off me. It's very obvious that my clothes are hanging off of me, and I'm gonna have to buy new clothes soon. I'm gonna try and avoid that until probably my LA trip that's coming up in about a month. So don't focus on the pounds on the scale. That's what I'm going to tell you, because for about 10 minutes I felt like I'd been stabbed in the heart. I've been trying to do everything as well as I could. You guys know that I ate some shrimp, and I went to a restaurant where there weren't any options for me, and I tried to eat that, and it was just not a good experience. Your body tells you it's absolutely not time for you to eat real food, and I went back to the creamy soups and things like that. What I am going to do, though, is I am going to be really compliant and just stick with the creamy soups. I'm going to stick with Premier Protein. This is what I told you guys about, that I got the 12 pack for only $16 when they're $8 a piece for a 4-pack at Walmart. The cookies and cream flavor is my favorite. Thank you, Cherry, for turning me on to this one, because this is the one that I really like. Premier Protein has 30 grams of protein, 160 calories, a gram of sugar, and actually I think my son's going to start drinking these as workout supplement shakes, because he really liked them too, and the protein is really high in those. So just want to let you guys know how my 2-week visit went. I was discouraged. I left feeling great. He told me, look, you're down 26 pounds from when you were here 4 weeks ago. That is amazing. Your clothes are falling off of you. Your face looks totally different. Your energy is incredible. You're positive. I know that you are going to be successful at this. So I felt much better, because I thought I was going to cry when I got on that scale, honestly. And I'm not a big crier. It takes a lot to make me cry. So challenging day. I want to share a couple things with you guys. I told you about this Circle bottle that I got, and it's available. You can get this bottle in the trial pack for $5. I don't get anything from this, you guys. I'm not big enough on YouTube yet to get endorsements or be monetized, so I can assure you I'm not getting any money for any of this stuff. This is called Circle. It's CIRKUL. I got this bottle and 2 cartridges, which I'm going to show you how to switch those out, for $5. And then I went ahead and signed up for the subscription. So I'm going to kind of show you guys how this works. These are the cartridges that come with it. I'll put it up so you guys can see it. It's called Life Sip. The reason I got these, this is a strawberry lemonade, and it has no sugar. So I always told you guys that if you get this, make sure that you're getting the stevia options. There's a stevia tea, there is this strawberry lemonade, and there's also an electrolyte one, which is really good for you after surgery. So I'm going to show you guys how this works, because it's really kind of cool. I just got my shipment of my cartridges today. Now, I will say they only last a couple weeks, and if you're drinking a lot, I keep a regular water with this circle because I like to have just the different flavored water along with plain water. I have no issue with drinking plain water, but a lot of people are not water drinkers and they have to have some flavor. This is a strawberry lemonade, and what you do is the whole unit here comes out. It's a nice little filter. It also filters your water to make sure, I mean, I'm using tap water, I don't care, I've got my ice in here. You pop this whole thing out and you throw it in the trash. You pop a new one in, and then I'll show you guys this up close. There is a dial on here that I think you guys can see if I do this, and you can flip this dial around to how strong you want the flavor. So for me, I think I do like a 4 because I don't want a really strong flavor out of it, but it tastes just like strawberry lemonade and it's made with stevia, so there's no sugar in it. So boom. You have to draw on it a couple times to get the flavor out. And you're kind of priming the filter, but yeah, that's pretty dang delicious. I may turn it up a little bit because it's pretty tasty. You can take it all the way up to 9. Just know that if you take it up that far, your flavor is going to run out soon. You can drink this without flavoring in it. You can still drink it through the filter. If you decide not to get the cartridges, it's fine. You can still drink it through the filter. I like the bottle because it fits in my console and I can take it with me and always have water with me. Let's see. Today I start my bariatric fusion vitamins. My doctor was very clear that he did not want me starting these until 2 weeks after my surgery. I'm going to start them tomorrow. Because they take up room, even though they're chewable. They're pretty large. I haven't even opened this yet, but they're pretty good sized chewable, and you have to chew them 4 times a day. So if you've got the pouch, it can be kind of challenging. I have the sleeve because they can take up room, and I kind of chase them with water, honestly, because they taste pretty good, but they are good size. You have to take these 4 times a day. The bariatric fusion vitamins have, I got this one, the complete chewable Fuel for Life, because it has most everything I need. It's got the vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin E, all the B's, vitamin A, folate, biotin. I still am supplementing that, and then calcium. It's got 300 milligrams. That's not enough. 300 milligrams. Now, if you multiply that by 4, though, you're going to be at 1,200 milligrams. I went ahead and bought the Bariatric Advantage caramel chews. These are calcium caramel chewy bites. These are delicious. This is like eating a caramel candy. They are 500 500 milligram calcium with 500 IUs of vitamin D. If you guys recall, my blood work came back that I was very low on vitamin D, so I do take a vitamin D prescription level supplement of 50,000 IUs a week. That's a lot, but I'm going to start getting more vitamin D out of this. If you take calcium with vitamin D, without vitamin D, it's not going to do you any good. I can just tell you that it's really important to make sure you get a calcium that also contains vitamin D. That's a D3 that you're going to be looking for. You guys can see it on here. So these I'm going to take twice a day, and you can never have too much calcium, but you have to be, I'm putting my nurse hat on instead of my not today Satan hat. I hope you guys like that. It's a Southern thing. You need to make sure that you space your vitamins that have iron out from your calcium chewables. That is very important. You are like canceling the 2 out if you try to take them at the same time. So I have a timer set for my vitamins 4 times a day that's been going off for the past probably 3 weeks, because I thought I was going to start taking these before surgery and was kind of glad that I didn't have to. And then I am setting a timer today for my calcium, since I picked these up from Dr. Carlton's office. He sells these in the office, which is nice. Reminder, Lone Star Bariatrics in Frisco, Texas. If you live in the Dallas area, don't look any further for a surgeon. I am a nurse, and like I said, I have been around surgeons and doctors for 25 years. This man has the best bedside manner. He is so supportive. He is not the first surgeon that I went and talked to, because I've been considering this surgery for a very long time, but he was the last surgeon that I talked to, because I liked his bedside manner so much. I liked his knowledge. I liked that he was frank and straightforward with me as a nurse. He knows that I come in with knowledge that regular patients don't come in with, but he still took the time to explain everything to me, asked me if I had any questions. His personality is amazing. He's also pretty cute. I'll just tell y'all that. He's married though, y'all. If you live in another state and you're planning on flying somewhere to get bariatric surgery, look no further. Dr. Carlton has just impressed me, and his staff. Everybody at that office is so supportive and so kind. You know, as I was leaving the office, she goes, "Girl, look at your picture. You know, I looked at your picture and I'm looking at you now, and you look incredible." So I'm only 2 weeks out from surgery, and that made me feel so good. Plus, this is proof. I've lost so many inches that the other day when I got home from Arizona, I got home safely, obviously, from Arizona. I was so glad to have spent time with my son. And I got home and I put my favorite pair of pajamas on. I've had these red pajamas for literally probably 10 years. And I wear them all the time, and they're just my favorites. It's a button-up set, you know, with the elastic pants, whatever. I put them on, went to bed because I was exhausted. I didn't get in until almost 1 a.m. On the night that I flew in on Saturday night, so Sunday morning technically. Put my pajamas on, went to bed. I got up the next day to walk from my bedroom to my daughter's room, and my pants literally dropped down to my ankles without, I was walking, I was like, okay, one, pretty happy the window wasn't open for anybody to see me drop my drawers, and two, my daughter thought it was hilarious that my pants were just falling to the ground. So can't even wear them. I mean, I'm sure I could probably roll the band up and get some more use out of them. You know, I'm not a pack rat. I do throw stuff out all the time, but you have favorite pairs of sweats and you have favorite t-shirts. I have favorite jammies because my pajama, when I put my pajamas on, that's it. Bras off, jammies are on. I'm not going anywhere after that. So discouraging a little bit, but I left the office energized and ready to just really keep going. So I kind of showed you guys my protein. Please make sure. Now these are vitamin D3 supplements that you can get at CVS or Walmart or wherever. These are only 2,000 IUs. Remember what I told you, I take 50,000 IUs a week. If your blood work comes back with low vitamin D and low vitamin B, B12 specifically, and you have depression like I have struggled with depression and anxiety my entire life. The first time I can remember going to therapy and having to be on antidepressants, I was about 8 or 9 years old. So that tells you how long I've struggled with this. I have a very positive attitude. I do still have some depressive episodes, but I make sure that I religiously take my medications. I take my antidepressants. I know how important it is to not stop those medications and not miss a dose. I take them religiously because I don't ever want to sink to the levels of depression that I've fought, especially postpartum. I had severe postpartum depression. I empathize with anybody that's been through that. It is one of the most awful things to have to deal with. And I dealt with a severe bout of depression after my divorce many years ago, to where I can remember my daughter wanting me to play with her, and I couldn't even get out of bed. I had her pull her little oven set up to the bed so that I could play with her off the side of the bed. So, sorry. Take your medication. Your family will thank you for it, and your mental health. This is Mental Health and Suicide Awareness Month. And there are so many of us here that deal with mental health issues and depression and anxiety, and even worse, schizophrenia. I don't have any of that, thank God, but there are so many people out there. Suicide. Oh, my family's been touched by things like that, and my friends have been touched by things like that. And just please take your medications. Please, I'm begging you. You will feel better if you do. But what I was getting at before I got teary-eyed was, if your vitamin D is low, your depression is going to be affected. It's going to be worse. There's a reason that they have SAD lamps, seasonal affective disorder lamps, because you're not getting enough vitamin D in the winter. In places like Seattle, I lived in Detroit for a couple of years. you're not getting the sun that you need to get. I work inside, so my vitamin D was low. My PCP since run my blood work my vitamin D is fine now. It's back where it needs to be. My vitamin B. This was a cool little prescription that I got. This is called Nascabol, and it's a little injectable. This is for your vitamin D, for your vitamin B. And it's one squirt in your nose and you're good for a week with your vitamin B. So that's come up as well, which has come in really handy. I'm gonna start taking my biotin supplements again. This is what it looks like. CVS, Walmart, you can get that anywhere. There are, dissolvable ones that you can get, but I am taking this for hair. A lot of people talk about collagen. I don't know how I feel about collagen from a clinical perspective. I know that I think I addressed that just a little bit in one of my last videos, is that you are better off with your skin using topical treatments. There's creams, there are things out there that can help you with that, but I'm going to take my biotin for support. It also helps with your hair. The protein is the most important thing for hair loss and to avoid losing your hair. I haven't lost any yet, which is telling me, 2 weeks after surgery, that I'm getting enough protein in. And from my weight earlier, my best friend knows a lot about nutrition and she's in very great shape, as you guys probably saw in the videos. She reminded me that protein builds muscle and muscle burns fat and muscle weighs more than fat. So I'm probably for the first time in 20 years getting the amount of protein that I need, getting the vitamins that I need. We were a fast food family. I was a busy mom. My teenager likes McDonald's. I would eat whatever she ate, and that wasn't good for me. And that's part of the reason why I've gained the weight that I have gained. So I'm much more cognizant of what I am putting in my body right now. And my energy's off the charts, you guys. I feel better than I have in probably 10 years. I have multiple sclerosis, and my memory is tough with multiple sclerosis. I fall, haven't had a major fall in a long time, but I got diagnosed after a fall that I broke my arm. That's how hard I fell, and tore my rotator cuff, but another story for another time. I cannot remember having this much energy to walk stairs instead of taking the elevator. This has changed my my skin is glowing. Now, granted, I use some highlighter and stuff, but I feel like I'm glowing and I feel like I have energy to keep up with my kids, and it is only going to get better from here because I'm only 2 weeks out. I am blown away at how good I feel 2 weeks after surgery. Y'all know the first few days for me were really, really rough. And every sip of water I took, I threw up. All I wanted to do was sleep that first day because I felt so awful. I'm telling you, you're gonna get through it and you're gonna feel so much better. You really will. I'm only 2 weeks out. My incisions look amazing. I'll take a photo of them and try to share them, try to sneak them into this video somewhere. My incisions look incredible. I was blown away even as an RN to see how tiny the incisions are. I had no concerns. Use the diclofenac cream that your doctor gives you if they give that to you. It's an analgesic. It will help with the pain. Make sure you're keeping them clean. Do not pick your dressings off soon. Do not pick your glue out soon. That can cause infection. That's introducing germs and bacteria into your incisions. Let everything fall off naturally and you will be just fine. I don't even think that anybody's going to be able to even see these scars. I was the kind of person that even though I'm a big girl, I still wore bikinis. I have a lot of self-confidence, and I have believed in myself even when I was at my highest weight. I'll still throw a bikini on. I don't care. I honestly don't care what people think about me, and that's probably one of my best qualities. Not to say I don't get my feelings hurt sometimes, but honestly, if I'm going to the beach to have a good day, I want my stomach tan. I want everything tan. I've got my spray tan going today, but I never had a problem wearing a bikini or things like that. But I am so looking forward to having the figure back that I had probably in college. It's gonna take time to get there, but I don't foresee these scars being an issue for me to throw a bikini on again, and I'm super excited about that. So I've showed you all the supplements, I've showed you the protein that I'm drinking. Let's talk a little bit about constipation, and I'm gonna show you the best thing that you can buy. Do this, this is my advice to you. Do not go into surgery constipated, because I was the person that did that. Okay, I knew that magnesium citrate, you can get this at CVS. You'll see that I've had some sips out of this. It'll be a full bottle when you get it. Magnesium citrate, if you are constipated, this is the best thing that will move stuff through you, along with just plain old milk of magnesia. If you are post-surgery, milk of magnesia. If you are pre-surgery and you want to not be constipated when you go in for surgery, because I'm telling you, the constipation will make your gas so much worse than it has to be. Drink this. You can try the milk of magnesia first, but if you need something to move through you quickly, you can drink this, half a bottle, a full bottle, and you need to do it probably about 3 days before your surgery so everything has time to move out. But this, anytime that you are constipated, this is great. But just know that there is carbonation in this, and after bariatric surgery we are not supposed to have carbonation. So do not attempt this after surgery. Take advantage of it before surgery. Trust me, you will thank me for that later. So I had a pretty good doctor's visit today. I left very encouraged, very excited about not the weight that's showing on the scale, but the weight that is falling off my body. And I'm losing on top. Like, I'm starting to feel collarbones already, and it's only been 2 weeks, which is insane to me. I can feel them now, and I used to not be able to feel them under here. But that's one of the things that I'm most looking forward to, is having my collarbones back. I used to have the prettiest collarbones and the prettiest shoulders. I can't wait to work out. I can't wait to get my muscles built back up in my arms and my legs, because I used to have the most beautiful legs, beautiful collarbones, and those are some of the things that I'm looking forward to. So please make sure you subscribe below, turn your notifications on if you want to see when I post my next video. So appreciative of those of you that are following me right now and following my journey. I also have an Instagram. I will try and take a screenshot of that and put it in the video somewhere too, so that you guys can see what my Instagram is. It's a bariatric surgery Instagram, and I can't remember what I named it. It's something VSG, but I just set it up not very long ago, so I'll try to share that with you guys too. And I may see if I can get this connected to all my other social media platforms. But thank you guys again for subscribing. Subscribe below, and for following my journey. I hope everyone has a great week. Today's Monday, and we're starting a new week fresh. You can do this, and you can get through this, and it's not always easy, but it is 100% worth it. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day.